Hello. 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 Kangan jaba matang. Akoy gi ngasi dummy check phangda ba startup ki akoy gi Tongbram Bizya Santi Devi yaubirak pataragadi mamang dam ta thokpirok lo adagi Laifubam Omila Gracie Devi lakpirabra Laifubam okay adu ngakang mamang da thokpiro ko adagi N Jimbo Sagolban Tera Imphal West Jimbo Moirang Them Lukhoi Singh Jingakham Jin Singh Nomaibung Wangkai Rakpam Laikai Imphal East Samjet Sabam Ravi Singh Fayeng Iramdam Pradak Takhelambam Santi Kumari Devi Fortune Plus Salam Mrinalini Devi MS Mrinalini Mini Mart M3 Stand up category niko mana then Ningthaujam Mangi Singh Chanpur Yawi Ragari Kuthangat Piro Mukta Adu kano Laifubum Omila Gracie Julak Piro Adagidi Saranjit Laishram MS Arenson Revenue Yoruktriko then Sanabam Bocha Singh Crafts Development Promoter Organization Lakpirong akta o Jimbo oh ngako อ
Ấy vậy à, để mới mát cái này còn
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Manipur Startup Conclave 2021 organized by the Planning Department, Government of Manipur. Ladies and gentlemen, may I remind everyone gathered here to kindly follow the COVID SOPs prescribed by the Department of Health and Family Welfare. Please ensure wearing of face mask at all times, regular use of hand sanitizers, and maintain an empty seat between two people while being seated, or a minimum distance of 6 feet among yourselves. Please do not move or displace the chairs from its original positions. Ngasigi thoram asibu mapung fana pangthongnabagidamak tinpiriba mayam pumnamaki cooperation nizabaga loinana COVID protocol sungak na chatminasi haina ningsingjari. COVID ki SOP kaidanaba tinpiriba mipum khudingmakna chumna mask upinaba amadi mi ani gi marakta seat ama hangna thambinaba haina su haijari. Loinana fampham oina semjariba chair singsu mafam lengbidanaba ningsingjari. Ladies and gentlemen, the Manipur Startup Scheme was launched in the state in 2018 in the line of Startup India initiated by the Government of India with a vision to make Manipur one of the top startup destinations in the northeast states. It intends to build a strong ecosystem for nurturing innovations and startup entrepreneurs in the state that will drive sustainable economic growth and generate large-scale employment opportunities. It also aims to promote first-time ventures of SC, ST, OBC, women, minority, differently abled entrepreneurs in establishing their businesses. Manipur Startup Scheme is sector agnostic, and any innovative ideas, new business domains, and sectors that have high future growth potential shall be encouraged. The initiative of the government also encourages youth to think out of the box and be a job creator rather than a job seeker, upscale their business by creating large employment opportunities, innovate product, process, or service which will help in boosting the financial economy of the state. Under the Manipur Startup Scheme, financial support and guidance is provided to entrepreneurs and companies already in business for upscaling their business. New and aspiring entrepreneurs with business ideas are provided financial support and guidance for converting business ideas into business activity. Incubation or training for a period of 3 months is provided at incubation centers, presently at Center for Skill and Entrepreneurship Development of Manipur, Manipur University, Kanchipur, and Institute of Cooperative Management, Lamphel. Incubation includes hand-holding for developing prototype of business plan, modules for setting up enterprise, etc. The objective of the Manipur Startup Scheme is to build a strong ecosystem for nurturing innovations and startups in the state and drive for sustainable economic growth and generate large-scale employment opportunities. The Manipur Startup Scheme has 2 components, that is the Manipur government-funded subsidy grant component and the loan component to be provided by the bank. This is an exception of IDEA category, which is 100% grant. The categories for support under the Manipur Startup Scheme are revenue category, IDEA category, entrepreneurs support scheme category, and stand-up category. Under the revenue category, any entrepreneur, firm, or company who is already in revenue stage, generating scalable and innovative product or service up to 7 years old business, but need the guidance and funding to scale up the businesses are eligible. The benefits include support up to a project of rupees 1 crore, of which 30% is given as subsidy. Under Manipur Startup Fund, 65% comes as loan from bank and 5% as equity support from the business owner. The partner bank evaluates the proposal and decide the loan amount. The disbursement of loan may be spread across a year or 2 based on the proposal agreed with the partner bank. Under the idea category, anyone who has a scalable business idea but need the help of converting the idea to profitable business are eligible to apply. The benefits include mentorship and 3 months boot camp incubation training at incubation centers. A sum of rupees 3 lakh is provided as subsidy or grant in 2 installments of rupees 1.5 lakh each. First installment of rupees 1.5 lakh grant is released directly to the registered business account of the beneficiary and on submission of business plan. Second installment of rupees 1.5 lakh shall be released on submission of utilization certificate of the first installment of amount released, profit and loss account certified by chartered accountant, review on the progress of work, and submission of prototype of product or photographs wherever applicable. Under the Entrepreneur Support Scheme category, applicants who have not been shortlisted under revenue are provided opportunities for support. And the benefits include selected businesses unit is provided a short duration of 5 days business incubation program facilitated by startup sale of Planning Department of Government of Manipur, support of rupees 3 lakh, subsidy of rupees 1 lakh only, and 2 lakh as loan amount provided by partner bank. The stand-up category are only first-time greenfield ventures for SC, ST, OBC, women, minority, and differently abled entrepreneurs are eligible to apply, who are above the age group of 18 years and above. And in the, businesses include in the manufacturing or service or trading sector. In case of non-individual enterprises, at least 51% of the shareholding and controlling stake should be held by either an SC, ST, OBC, women, minority, differently abled entrepreneur. Applicant business should obtain bank appraisals and clearance for bank loan. The benefits include support up to a project cost of rupees 1 crore, of which 30% is given as subsidy, and the Manipur Startup Fund. 65% come as loan from bank and 5% as margin money contribution from the business owner. The partner leading bank will evaluate the proposal and decide the loan amount. Ladies and gentlemen, may I once again remind everyone gathered here to kindly follow the COVID SOPs prescribed by the Department of Health and Family Welfare. Please ensure wearing of face mask at all times, regular use of hand sanitizers, and maintain an empty seat between 2 people while being seated or a minimum distance of 6 feet apart among yourselves. Please do not move or displace the chairs from its original positions. Thank you.
Salam kita sebelah.
Pinakalaw patanik.
पासबुक को यार पासबुक को यार
Ladies and gentlemen, may I once again remind everyone gathered here to kindly follow the COVID SOPs prescribed by the Department of Health and Family Welfare. Please ensure wearing a face mask at all times, regular use of hand sanitizers, and maintain an empty seat between two people while being seated, or a minimum distance of 6 feet among yourself. Please do not move or displace the chairs from its original positions. Ngasigi thoram asibu mapung fana pangthongnabagidamag tinbiriba mayam pumnamaki cooperation nijabaga loinana COVID protocol su ngakna chatminasi haina ningsingjari. COVID ki SOP kaidanaba tinbiriba mapung khudingmakna chumna mas upinaba amadi mi enigi marakta seat amamam hangna thambinaba haina su haijari loinana phampham oina semjariba chair sing asi masagi maphamdagi lengbidanaba haina su ningsingjari. Ngasigi Chief Guest oibigidoriba Honorable Chief Minister mafam asida yobirakle. Chief Guest na holda heg yobirakpaga thoram asi hozaragani aduna tinbiriba mayam pumnamakna isa isagi phampham langda lengsin biduna thoram hounabagi tanja adu mayam punna lominarasi haina nolukchari. Ladies and gentlemen, our chief guest, the Honorable Chief Minister of Manipur, Shri N. Biren Singh, has reached the venue. Please rise to give him a warm welcome. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Ngasigi Chief Guest oibigadoriba Honorable Chief Minister amadi dignitary sing mafam asida yobirakpaga loinana lamdam asibu konbiriba ibudhau ibendau anigi mafamda changjaraga ngasigi thoram asibu mapung faba pinabiu haina nizaraga thoram asibu hounabagi tanja adu mayam punna lominarasi. Ngasi October yi tang kun manga yaifaraba ningthokaba numit asida Manipur Planning Department na sinjaduna marirak suba oina pangthokjariba Manipur Startup Conclave 2021 asibu saruk yaba lakpiriba mayam pumnamakpu taramna okjabaga loinana khurumjari. On behalf of the Planning Department, may I once again welcome all our dignitaries, invitees, officials, people from the media, and everyone gathered here to the Manipur Startup Conclave 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, Manipur Startup Scheme is taken up under the aegis of the Planning Department. It is the government's most forward attempt to promote innovative businesses in the state and aims to make Manipur one of the top startup destinations in Northeast India by providing the most enabling ecosystem to support and nurture innovations and startup in the state, driving sustainable economic growth and generate large-scale employment opportunities. In the past 3 years, more than 1,000 startups has been provided with loans and grants which have enabled their businesses to grow and expand. The department has compiled a short documentary showcasing the journey and success stories of few selected enterprises, especially the beneficiaries of Manipur Startup Scheme 2019. So today, on this happy occasion, we bring to you the same short film titled Turn Your Ideas into Opportunities. Please sit back and enjoy.
2015 dagi business establish tawba matamda yam wana yam market leitaba stable oidaba business ama tawba padam tamda awaba leitabagi customer gi equipment gi so many problem adumatik problem yam laiki Hawaii ba mayam business to mi makhan lay mayam jinabu ngasi di sumana support backbone ama lay tar gadi ngasi bok ta khoi hojik ta ai gi makha ta ba ai gi colleagues ai gi junior ai gi ma anywhere hai khai matanda if you are doing a business try startup hai ba se ai ngasi bo dum rang ta se dum hire lai
Conclave was founded as an online portal for personal and intimate products, clothing and accessories. Conclave as an online portal is present all over India and we sell to many customers all across the India and abroad also. With the funding of the Manipur startup scheme, we can make a difference today. We have been able to expand and diversify into lots of many other products which were not there. And the market size has been bigger with the funding, and we are able to help local people, give employment to them, and the social impact has been there with the funding of the startup, and our innovativeness and our hard work has been rewarded.
Kumbi Weaving Center today Putoksariba Potlamasi Hozikan Gilhong but the Sanariba Potok Habadi Rani Figena Singba Muka Sud Adegidi Kurkun Manau Kakaloi Makan item Size now Kumbi Weaving Center Sidagi Marangam Potok Heidi Marang kind of Potok Bangamze. Now Kumbi Weaving Center Sida Aina mi lijagano hundramu thabak pijari asi Manipur gi mafam atopa mafam kaya da so aina mi lisinga magi matakte hena thabak pijari startup ki thadai bedeba senfam masina aina hauji aina hona jariba thabak sidagi hena amuka hena improve oi haina su khalle aduga hauji laiba thabak sida 2022 da aina mayam Manipur sin batungna thabak phangjadaba mayam leibase si thabak piba ngamjagane habage aingonda aset pathajabada leije
Box and cards na tawjariba thabak sing sidi akhoi packaging from wedding to every cosmetic tagi hauna every food packaging book ta akhoi tawjai box and cards na thamjariba akhoi gi sanitizer su khar leijai sweets box leijai adagi invitations card leijai wedding event tawjai box and cards na tawjaba thabak sing da ya amarom da haijaragadi akhoi invitation card saba matam da akhoi difficulties face am tawjai manually na doina tawba thabak makta oibanina adubu startup ki mateng sina akhoi at least nomada akhoi hafta ama changam ba thabak sibukta nomada ngamakpa yawrai 1000 natraga 10000 bukta akhoi puthok chaba ngamjarai sanitizer se koina haudok chekhibai maram di situation pandemic situation da koina sanitizer phangkhidaba adagi mamal yamna tangkhiba amasung laiba mapandagi laiba potlam singse sanitizer alcohol sudaba sisna maram mama oiduna pandemic situation sida amuk hena संदोक्लब्रा हाइबगी अखोइदा पाखतपा अमसुंग पोई अदुना अखोइना सैनिटाइजर सिदा अखोइना सिदा साजरगा अखोइगी अल्कोहल से सुमना पिजरगा मयामदा सिना मतेंग अमा ओइनी हेना खंजे
अखोइगी फार्म असिदा पुथोकचरिबसि मरुओइना इंटरनेट डेकोरेटिव आइटम्स मैट्स योगा मैट पूजा मैट एंड कुशन्स लोइनमक सुरे अदुगा बैग्स बास्केट्स लेडीज हैंड बैग्स पर्स एंड जनरली फैशन डिजाइन गाक्तनी फैशन डिजाइन बैग्स अखोइना पुथोकचरिबा कौनागी प्रोडक्ट्स असी each and every item khudima asi akhoi India gi mafam khudimakta achaw city Bangalore Delhi Noida Gurgaon khudimakta gi mokhoi na khoi dagi laura matungda moin destination na chakhriba se New York German Australia world gi mafam anambada loina sure na khale की स्टैंड अप मणिपुर की सपोर्ट असी मतुंग दगी दी अहेम प्रोडक्ट ना मोर देन 300 आर्टिसंस हैना अखोइना सपोर्ट तौदुना दु अखोइ मनुंग जे थबक सुमिना दुना अखोइ की इसागी ओइबा इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट दा सपोर्ट तौबा खक्त नतना मणिपुर अमसुंग इंडिया की वांगमदगी अखोइ की पोचिंग असी लेबी दुना इंडिया की ओइबा इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट दा खजितंग ओरसो अखोइना सपोर्ट तौबा ngamjare हैना खाली
The company provides different varieties of assorted boxes such as sweet boxes, paper bags, and glove, and so on. Also, we did customized printings. Initially, we had around 20 employees. After we get selected in the start of phase 2, we were able to expand to more than 7 branches, and right now we had around 55 employees. I would like to thank our Honorable Chief Minister Sri N. Biren Singh for your kind support to our young entrepreneurs, and we promise you that we will make changes to our society and create more jobs.
The reason why we found this organization in order to provide the best food and to improve the farmers' livelihood and to provide the better environment. So far we have produced and launched in the market 14 different products, especially Serrano Kong chili, and we also produce wild honey, indigenous baby food, and also perilla green tea, cinnamon, lemongrass, and chinchillas, and few of them light natural spring salt and lagdong turmeric. We don't take any products from the outside. This is purely based on the indigenous products so that we could provide the best healthy food to the consumer.
Huji NK nursery ji shirida koi na kan huji putoi ji strawberry sina khara pak sarna putoi hana de ai mi trying thoi muktagi hena thabak pi ngamamde adubu startup scheme si lakudagi di huji ti mi kunthra mari kunthra manga se ai thabak pi ngamjare
Thank you. It is overwhelming to see how the Manipur Startup Scheme has made such a huge difference in nurturing innovations in startup that is slowly generating revenue and large-scale employment in the state. Now, after that beautiful presentation, we will proceed with the main part of the program. May we request our dignitaries to kindly grace their respective seats on the dais. Our officials may kindly escort our Chief Guest President and Guest of Honor onto the dais. Our Chief Guest, the Honorable Chief Minister of Manipur, Shri N. Biren Singh. Our Functional President, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Shri Yumnam Joy Kumar Singh. Our Guest of Honor, Honorable MP Iningthau Leishemba Sanajauba, Honorable Minister Shri T.H. Bishwajit Singh, Honorable Minister Shri T.A. Satyabrata, Honorable Minister Shri O. Lukhoi, Honorable Minister Shri Vungzazin Balte, Honorable Deputy Speaker Shri K. Robindro, Honorable MLA Shri Y. Irabot, Honorable MLA Shri Zingshu Hao, Honorable MLA Shri L. Rameshwar, Honorable MLA Shri S. Ranjan, Honorable MLA Shri T. Robindro. With our dignitaries on the dais, may we now request our lady officials to welcome our dignitaries with our humble token of love and appreciation, a bouquet and traditional lengyan. Requesting Shri P. Vaifai, IAS Additional Chief Secretary, Planning Government of Manipur on stage for the felicitation. First to our Chief Guest, the Honorable Chief Minister of Manipur, Shri N. Biren Singh. Our Functional President, the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Shri Yumnam Joy Kumar. Honorable MP Iningthau Leishemba Sanajauba. Honorable Minister Shri T.H. Bishwajit. Honorable MP Iningthau Leishemba Sanajauba. Honorable Minister Shri O. Lukhoi. Honorable Minister Shri T.H. Satyabrata. Honorable Minister Shri Vungzagin Balte. Honorable Deputy Speaker Shri K. Robindro. Honorable MLA Shri Y. Irabot. Honorable MLA Shri Zingshu Hao. Honorable MLA Shri L. Rameshwar. Honorable MLA Shri Sapam Ranjan. Honorable MLA Shri T. Robindro. Thank you, sir. Thank you all for the graceful felicitation. Hauzik ikai khumna jaraba dignitary singi mafamda achamba khudol pot khara tamjarba matung thauram maira chukhatpagi tanja adu amuk laujage ngasigi chief guest oina lengshin piriba honorable chief minister Shri N Biren bu thauram maira chukhatpina ba nolukchari loinana daisa lengshin piriba dignitary sing busu thauram maira chukhatpada sarugya pina ba haijari. Ngasigi pangthokchariba Manipur Startup Conclave 2021 gi thauram asibu soida ngamdaba khulo palogdaba amadi mapung faba pinabiu haiduna sembiba mapugi mafamda maira chukhatuna thongni Honorable Chief Minister amadi Honorable Ministers and MPs. Maira chukhatpada sarugya bikiba mayam pumnamaku thagachaba phungdokchari. Ladies and gentlemen, may we now invite Shri P. Vaifai, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, Planning Department, Government of Manipur, to present the welcome and keynote address.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Manipur Startup Conclave 2021. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you to this very important Manipur Startup Conclave 2021 organized by the Planning Department. At the very outset, I would like to welcome our respected Chief Guest, Honorable Chief Minister of Manipur, Shri N Biren Singh, who has been pioneering the various development initiatives of the state of Manipur for the last more than 4.5 years, one of which is being seen today in the form of the Manipur Startup. Manipur Startup is a very, very innovative concept. I believe many states have not yet come up with this type of socio-economic intervention. Manipur must be one of them, and not only that, Manipur Startup has been doing very well. In the last review meeting I took, it gives me a lot of pride to tell the audience today that the recovery, the performance, the overall impact of the Manipur Startup has been very effective, and there is nothing to feel down about it. In fact, it has all the positives it has aspired for. I am particularly grateful to the Honorable Chief Minister, Sri N. Biren Singh, who has been basically hand-holding the initiatives in the Manipur startup. As many of you would remember, in 2017-18 when it was developed, one of the very unique intervention of the startup system mechanism is that the startup interviews or the startup selection is not just done by the government. It is done by a combination of the government with the active participation of successful entrepreneurs, people who have already been in the entrepreneurship with their experience of how it is to make a start and go about it in the state of Manipur, given its very unique and challenging atmosphere, particularly in the earlier stages, which of late has been becoming very congenial to the advantage of many of the new startups. And this has been very, very important because many of the applicants would now, based on their interviews and based on their experiences in the interviews, feel that this is a selection process or a selection mechanism with a difference. Because of the positive impact created by the Manipur startup in the initial stages, the startup mechanism was reviewed in 2019-20, and thereafter a new category of stand-up Manipur has also been created. This envisaged to specifically benefit people from the women section, the ST, SC, OBC minorities, differently abled, and various other entrepreneurs which have not been able to come up through the normal startup provisions. Sir, I welcome you today as the chief guest of this very important conclave of 2021. I also take this opportunity to welcome Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Manipur, Sri Yumnam Joy Kumar Singh, to grace the function as President. I also extend my heartiest welcome to all the Honorable Cabinet Ministers of the Government of Manipur, to all the Honorable MPs, to all the Honorable MLAs and elected representatives representing various regions of the state. I would also like to welcome our Chief Secretary, my additional Chief Secretary colleagues, all administrative secretaries of the Government of Manipur, all heads of departments, senior officials, very, very importantly, the bank officials who have been our very strong partners in the startup journey for Manipur, invitees including the media, and the most important people who make the startup conclave possible, that is the startups of Manipur, who are present here to the Manipur Startup Conclave 2021. As I have just said, the startup Manipur has 4 categories, 3 of which were there from the beginning in 2017-18 till 2019-20. It has been enhanced to stand up Manipur. The beauty of this is the Startup Manipur intervention consists of composite loans as well as subsidy. The subsidy is to the extent of 30% of the project which the entrepreneurs come up with, subject to scrutiny at various levels. Initial screening done by the committee, which I said consists of some of the private entrepreneurs themselves, and thereafter being examined, including joint visitations by the bank officials, and finally the sanction of the bank loans. The interesting part is the borrowers also have to contribute 5% of the project cost as margin money. Now, to give you an example, in the case of Startup Idea Stage Innovative, the intervention will be made available to them only after 30 to 45 days of training by incubation centers which have been identified and tied up by the planning department. Subsequent to that only, in the business bank account which have been specifically opened for the purpose of the startup. The first installments will be released. The second installment release will be subject to submission of prototype of the products which are developed or produced by the startups, including claims for the second proposal, along with photographs and various other identification, and finally concluding with an assessment by a subcommittee. And given all these mechanisms, we believe that the startup initiative will be a very, very important initiative from the government of Manipur to enable the startups of Manipur to drive the socio-economic revival of the state of Manipur. The context in which the startup has come up is also very interesting, because in Manipur, unlike other parts of the country, when you speak to anybody and ask him whether he is doing a job or not, the response will always be no if he is not doing a government job. The intention is to attack that, to ensure that the person who is also earning without getting a government job gets equal importance and equal respect. The Startup Manipur initiative have come about, and to a great extent it has facilitated that, to the extent that some of the young entrepreneurs of the state have already been called up by the Honorable Prime Minister of India for video interactions, which have been covered very widely both throughout the country and in the state. We look forward to these very bright people with new ideas, who are no less than any of the bright ideas across the world, to drive the socio-economic revival of Manipur. We feel that they will not only be able to provide themselves good socio-economic opportunities, but also will be able to generate a lot of employment for many of the people who are in the neighborhood. As you saw, one of the person who was interviewed or who was speaking in the video, he was telling that before the startup intervention, he could employ 10 to 12 people. Immediately after the startup intervention, he could expand it to 34, 35 people. The intention also is to increase the level of employment so that it brings about socio-economic revival for many of the people of the state. The fact of the matter is, the government alone will not be able to drive the socio-economic revival of Manipur. The participation in each and every one of us, particularly those who have not been either not fortunate enough to be properly educated, or in many cases who have deliberately not chose not to join the government workforce, but to take up entrepreneurship on their own, so that they are free and they can do whatever they want to do as part of hobby, as part of livelihood, and part of doing something for their people and for the state. This will also play a very, very important role in this aspect. With these few remarks, I am grateful to the planning department officers who have been working very hard over the last few periods. Many of the committees which have been interviewing are from other departments like commerce industries, from the banks, from private entrepreneurs, and from some of the startup experts who have been helping us. We are grateful to all of you, and we look forward to a good function today. And I believe this will be the rise of a new day for many of the startup entrepreneurs of Manipur. Our best wishes goes to all of them. Thank you so much.
We thank Shri P. Vaifai, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, Planning Department, Government of Manipur, for the welcome and keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for has arrived. Today, we will be giving away sanction orders and release letters in the form of dummy check to 100 selected beneficiaries, given under 4 categories, that is the idea category, revenue category, entrepreneur support scheme category, and stand-up category. To ensure smooth handover, may I request our beneficiaries, whose name I'll be calling out, to kindly line up near the stage. Ahan Boina Entrepreneurs Enterprise Taras Giming Hana Kokachage, Kokachariba entrepreneur sing stays Manakta lineup to Winaba, Ningsing Jari. Mukoi Sing Adudi, Tongbram Bija Santi Devi, Saranjit Laishram, Sanabam Bocha Singh, Laipubam Omila Grace Devi, Moirangthem Lukhoi Singh, Chingakam Jin Singh, Samchet Savam Rabi Singh, Takhilambam Santikumar Devi, Takhilambam Santikumari Devi, Salam Rinalini Devi, Ningthauzam Mangi Singh. Please line up near the stage. May I also request our Chief Guest, the Honorable Chief Minister, to kindly hand over sanction orders and release letters in the form of dummy check for an amount of 30,000 to our first 10 entrepreneurs. Calling on stage our first entrepreneur, Tongbram Bijasanti Devi from Thanga, Tongbram Laikai, business owner of MS Sanazing Sana Thambal, who has been granted a loan amount of rupees 1.5 lakh, which is the second installment out of the total 3 lakhs amount given by Canara Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, Tongbram Bijasanti Devi, who has received acknowledgement from the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. Calling on stage, Saranjit Laishram from Wangkhai Ningthempukri Mapal, business owner of RN Sun Enterprise under the revenue category. Total loan amount is rupees 6.92 lakhs given by MSCB Limited. Calling on stage, Sanabam Bocha Singh from Ningomthong, Kitna Punung, Singjamai, Imphal East, owner of Crafts Development Promoters Organization. Under the revenue category, amount sanctioned is rupees 30 lakhs given by Central Bank Imphal. This is the subsidy amount. Okay. Mr. Sanasam Bocha Singh, who has employed more than 300 employees. Next is Laipubam Omila Grace Devi from Brahmapur Nahabam Bamo Laikai, owner of Mani's Archery Product under the stand-up category given by Manipur State Cooperative Bank Limited. Grand amount of rupees 4.61 lakh. Calling on stage, Chingakam Jin Singh from Nongaibung Wangkhai Rakpam Laikai, Imphal East, owner of Jin Enterprises under the stand-up category, receiving an amount of 29.10 lakh as grant amount, and the loan is given by Indian Overseas Bank. Calling on stage, Samchet Sabam Rabi Singh from Phayeng Ching Kuno, Imphal West, owner of Iramdam Products under the stand-up category, receiving 29.40 lakh as grant amount from the Indian Overseas Bank. Calling on stage, the Khilambam Santikumari Devi from Uripok Polem Laikai near Ratna Fruits, Imphal West, owner of Fortune Plus Enterprise under the stand-up category from Indian Overseas Bank, receiving rupees 30 lakh as grant amount. Calling on stage, Salam Mrinalini Devi from Nambol Awanglaikai, Bishnupur district, owner of Mrinalini Mini Mart M3 under the stand-up category, receiving rupees 6.92 lakhs as grant amount. Calling on stage, Ningthozam Mangi Singh from Chandpur, Maninglaikai, Moirang, Bishnupur district, owner of Mangi Fishery under the stand-up category, receiving 2.30 lakhs as subsidy in grant amount. Thank you. We thank the Honorable Chief Minister for the graceful distribution of sanction orders and release letters. Handaki COVID pandemic asina sokhalaba small business and enterprise owners singda support oinabagidamak idea category gi makhada 4,540 beneficiaries da Manipur startup scheme na mateng tauri. For the first time, a special package of economic support will be given to 4,540 small business and enterprise owners who have been affected by the COVID pandemic. Today, they will be given a sanctioned order of rupees 1 lakh, out of which 30% is subsidy, and release letter of 30,000 in the form of dummy check. Out of the 4,540 beneficiaries, 40 are identified as innovators based on the uniqueness of their business idea or model. 10 out of the 40 innovators will be called on stage today. They are Arambam Priyobarta Singh, kindly line up near the stage. Arambam Priyobarta Singh, Irom Rosen Singh, Gurumayum Rajen Sharma, Khomdram Michael Singh, Potsangbam Dingnao Singh, Moirangthem Rajnikanta Singh, R.K. Nauzinglen Maitai, Nikhil Thangjam, Sanasam Bankim Chandra, Sarungbam Sarju Devi. Kindly line up near the stage. May I request our functional president, the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Sri Yumnam Joykumar, to kindly hand over the sanction orders and release letters. Calling on stage, Arambam Priyobarta Singh from Wangkhai Ayangpali, Imphal East, owner of Mahikol app, which is an online educational app. Irom Roshan from Sagolban Moirang Hanuba Mamanglaikai, Imphal West, owner of IRM Robot, which is the bomb disposal robot. Gurumayum Rajen Sharma from Thangapat Mapan, Kairungbam Kolup, Imphal East, owner of Kangla Motors, a convert battery drive, which is an electrical cycle or bike conversion. Khomdram Michael Singh from Singzamai Thongam Laikai, Imphal West, owner of Radio Remote Control Hobby Center, which is drone applications. Potsangbam Dingnao Singh from Mayang Imphal Bazaar, Maning, Imphal West, owner of Sayon, manufacturer of gym equipments and tools. Moirangthem Rajnikanta Singh from Hairanggoithong, Ningthemcha Karong, owner of conversion of conventional vehicles. R.K. Nauzingland Meitei from Hairanggoithong, Maibam Lekai, Imphal West, owner of electronic waste recycling plant. Nikhil Thangjam from Iroishamba Mamang Lekai, owner of 9 New Innovation New Engineering, which is a manufacturing incubator eggs hatching plant. Sanasam Bankim Chandra Singh from Sangai Pro Mamang Lekai, Imphal West, owner of Holistic Enterprise. Sarungbam Sarju Devi, Singzamai Supermarket, owner of Holistic Home. Thank you. We thank the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister for the graceful distribution. Loinana idea category makada support fangbi gadoriba beneficiaries singi maraktagi stage ta kaukhachariba beneficiaries singna stage ki manakta line up to bina baningsing jari idea category gi beneficiaries sing adudi Ningombam Jimbo Singh, Thoidingjam Sambhunat, Somichan Shang, Jotin Naurem, Sanabam Vikram Singh, Konsam Ibomcha Singh, Naurem IMPHAL, Rajkumari Krishna Devi, kindly line up near the stage. Maibam Rojit Meite, Haikrujam Prem Kumar Singh, Rajkumar Ulan Singh, Naurem Surjit Meite, Khadangbam Santibala Devi, Saubam Malabati Devi, Shangringshel Saka, Priyalakshmi Thokchom, Laishram Romeo Singh, Begum Khaleda, Medina, Birlas Sharma Vishnu Latpam, Aribam Tarachandra Sharma, Thongam Ranjita Bai Chanu, Oinam Doren Singh, Basarat Sa, Waikhom Sweti Devi. Kindly line up near the stage. May we request Honorable Minister Shri T.H. Bishwajit to kindly hand over the sanction orders and release letters to our beneficiaries. Calling on stage, Ningombam Jimbo Singh. Ningombam Jimbo Singh. Thoidingjam Sambhunat. Thoiding Jam Sambhunat. Somichan Shang. Jotin Naurem. Singlai Chipem. Jotin Naurem. Singlai Chipem. We thank the Honorable Minister for the graceful distribution. Out of the 10 innovators that was announced earlier, we would like to announce 2 more. If they are present, kindly come forward. Parning Wakcha Shri Wairok Tomuishang Makunga Maring from Tengnopal District. Art Studio Shri Zaminlun from Churachandpur District. If you're present, kindly come forward. These are innovators who we missed out to call out previously. In the meantime, calling on stage, may we request Honorable MP Iningthau Leshemba Sanajauba to kindly come forward for the distribution of sanction orders and release letters. Sanabam Vikram Singh from Hairanggoithong, Makha Oinam Laikai. Konsam Ibom Cha Singh. Konsam Ibom Cha Singh. Naurem IMPHAL Devi. Rajkumari Christina Devi. Rajkumari Christina Devi. Sanabam Vikram Singh. Maibam Rojit Maitei. Rajkumari Christina Devi. Maibam Rojit Maitei, Haikrujam Prem Kumar Singh. Haikrujam Prem Kumar Singh. We thank the Honorable MP Iningthau Leshemba Sanajauba for the graceful distribution. May we now request Honorable Minister Shri T.H. Satyabrata to kindly come forward for the distribution of sanction orders and release letters. Also calling on stage, Parning Wakcha, Shri Wairok Tomuishang Makunga Maring from Tecnopol district, and Shri Zamin Lun from Churachandpur district, who has been identified as innovators. Art studio Rajkumar Ulan Singh, please come on stage. Naurem Surjit Meite, kindly be prepared. Khadangbam Santibala Devi, please be prepared. Naurem Surjit Meite. Khadangbam Santibala Devi. We thank the Honorable Minister, Shri T.H. Satyabrata, for the graceful distribution. May we now request Shri O. Lukhoi, Honorable Minister, to kindly come forward for the distribution of sanction orders and release letters. Calling on stage, Saubam Malabati Devi, Shangring Shel Saka, Kahim Gaipao Gangmei, Saubam Malabati Devi, Shangring Shel Saka, Kahim Gaipao Gangmei, Kahim Gaipao Gangmei, Priyalakshmi Thokchom, we thank the Honorable Minister, Shri Olukhoi, for the graceful distribution. May we now request Shri Wungzazin Valte, Honorable Minister, to kindly come forward for the distribution. Calling on stage, Priyalakshmi Thokchom, Laishram Romeo Singh, Begum Khaleda. Priyalakshmi Thokchom, Laishram Romeo, Begum Khaleda. We thank the Honorable Minister, Shri Wungzagen Balte, for the graceful distribution. May we now request the Honorable Deputy Speaker, Shri K. Robindro, to kindly come forward for the distribution. Kindly come on stage, Medina, Birla Sharma Bisnulatpam, Aribam Tarachanda Sharma. Birla Sharma Samurai Bisnulatpam, Aribam Tarachandra Sharma. Thank you. We thank the Honorable Deputy Speaker, Shri K. Robindro, for the distribution. Thank you, sir. May we now request Honorable MLA, Shri Y. Irabot, to kindly come forward for the distribution of sanction orders and release letters to our beneficiaries. And calling on stage, Thongam Ranjita Bai Chanu, Oinam Doren Singh, Basarat Shah, Thongam Ranjita Bai Chanu, Oinam Doren Singh, Basharat Shah, Vaikom Sweti Devi, Thank you, sir. We thank the Honorable MLA, Shri Y. Irabot, for the graceful distribution. May I also call upon Ngangom Arun Singh, kindly line up near the stage. Furailatpam Eni, Takhilambam Jasmine Devi, K.S. Wungnawo, Inishan Munglen, Senjam Santi Devi, Senjam Kumar Singh, Thongnauzam Romi, Okram Archana Devi, Sagosem Nirubala Devi, Sagosem Ibemcha Devi, Jangsin Kamsong, K.H. Ravin Singh, Thiam Nandalal Singh, Sagosem Bungo Singh, Soibam Saitijit Singh, Wangkem Kamala Devi. Kindly line up near the stage. Soibam Baby Devi, Tongbram Jayanta Singh, Thinguzam Somokanta Singh, Raj Lakshmi Khundrakpam, Umit Adam, Khairakpam Vedananda Maite. Kindly line up near the stage. May we also request our Honorable MLA, Shri Jingshu Nao, to kindly come forward for the distribution of sanction orders and release letters to our beneficiaries. Calling on stage, Ngangom Arun Singh, Ngangom Arun Singh, Purailatpam Eni, Takhilambam Jasmine. Purailatpam Eni, Takhilambam Jasmine, K.S. Wungnawo, K.S. Wungnawo, Takhilambam Jasmine. We thank the Honorable MLA, Shri Jingshu Nao, for the graceful distribution. May we request Honorable MLA, Shri L. Rameshwar, to kindly come forward for the distribution. Calling on stage KS Vungnaugyo, Inishan Munglen, Senjam Santi Devi, Senjam Kumar Singh, Thaunauzam Romi. Senjam Santi Devi, Senjam Kumar Singh, Thaunauzam Romi. Thaunauzam Romi. We thank the Honorable MLA Shri L. Rameshwar for the graceful distribution. May we request Honorable MLA Shri Sapam Ranjan to kindly come forward for the distribution. Calling on stage Okram Archana Devi, Sagoshem Nirubala Devi, Sagoshem Ibemcha Devi, Jangsin Kamsong KH Rabin Singh, Okram Archana Devi. Sagosem Nirubala Devi, Sagosem Ibemcha Devi, Jangsin Kamson, Sagosem Ibemcha Devi, Sagosem Nirubala Devi, KH Rabin Singh, Thiam Nandalal Singh, Sagosem Bungo Singh, Soibam Saitazit Singh. Kindly come on stage, KH Rabin Singh, Thiam Nandalal Singh, Sagosem Bungo Singh, Soibam Saitajit Singh. If you are present, kindly come on stage one by one. Thiam Nandalal Singh, Sagosem Bungo Singh, Soibam Saitajit Singh. Thiam Nandalal Singh, Sagosem Bungo Singh, Soibam Saitajit Singh. Thank you. We thank the Honorable MLA Shri Sapam Ranjan for the graceful distribution. Thank you, sir. May we now request Honorable MLA Shri T. Robindro to kindly come forward for the distribution. And calling on stage, Wangkhem Kamala Devi, Basai Mayum Sadiq Hussain, Soibam Baby Devi, Tongbram Jayanta Singh, Thinguzam Somokanta Singh, Raj Lakshmi Kundrakpam, Amit Adam, Khairakpam Vedananda Maite. Kindly come on stage one by one if you are present. Wangkhem Kamala Devi, Basai Mayum Sadiq Hussain, Soibam Baby Devi, Soibam Baby Devi, Tongbram Jayanta Singh, Thinguzam Somokanta Singh. Kindly come on stage one by one. Tongbram Jayanta Singh, Thinguzam Somokanta Singh, Raj Lakshmi Kundrakpam, Umit Adam, Raj Lakshmi Kundrakpam, Umit Adam, and Khairakpam Vedananda Maite. Khairakpam Vedananda Maite. We thank the Honorable MLA Shri T. Robindro for the graceful distribution, and we thank everyone who participated in the distribution for your cooperation. Once again, a big congratulations to all of our beneficiaries who received sanction orders and release letters today. Continuing with the program, may we invite Honorable Minister Shri Vungzazin Walte to share a few words on this occasion.
First of all, I thank Pu Biren Singh, today's chief guest of the startup programs, Startup Conclave 2020-21, and our functional president, Deputy CM, and other ministers and MLAs who are on the dais. Today, my heart is filled with joy since I have seen that one entrepreneur has stated his product goes to other state, his product goes to other country, but the raw material is only from the localities. That has filled my heart very full of joys. Thank you so much for this opportunity we have given for expressing my ideas. And I'm also a banker. I was working more than 20 years in the bank. This opportunity is not found earlier as we have today. My dear bankers, I would like to request, let us explore more opportunities. This opportunity we should grab and invest for the benefit of the people, hill and valley. And earlier what happened, those beneficiaries who are coming in the government scheme, The attitude is to have a loan for getting government job. Now, our entrepreneurs, they are very much fit for running their own units properly. Our entrepreneurs, they are not become employees, they have become employers. More than 100, 200, 300 employers. That is very good opportunity for us. And lastly, under the leadership of our chief ministers, when I was in the bank, we never found this this type of help from the government side. Only under the leadership of our chief minister, Pubiren, the government has stretched out their arms for helping the entrepreneurs and helping the bankers. That is the opportunity which are found. And I would like to request from all the departments as well as the bankers, let us explore in the hill also. The hills are in a very few in numbers. We'll follow up it and we'll make it sure to the hill also. At the same time, this is a right time to wake up, and it is a right time to start up for economic growth in the state. Thank you so much.
We thank the Honorable Minister, Sri Vungzazin Valti, for the wonderful speech. May we now invite Honorable Minister Sri T.H. Bishwajit to share a few words on this occasion.
Puramapo Koramjari Sigi Yamna Nuaira Yam encouraging Oiba Koi program Sigi Koi Dai the Lengshan Biriba Miam Punamang Nehena Kaikum Jariba Honorable Chief Minister Mingona Gatsarabada Siri Angtomam Biran Cheng Baham to the Kaikum Butchery the Sigi Function President on the Lengshan Biriba Deputy Chief Minister Siri Y Joy Kumar Singh Kaikum Butchery Eduga Minister colleagues, Deputy Speaker, and Honorable MLAs on the dais, and the other dignitaries. Among the Lengshan Biriba, all the Chief Secretary Manipur, DGP Manipur, all the senior and junior administrative secretaries, head of departments, and all the officials from different departments, and Lengshan Biriba, quite a Marwina, entrepreneur Mayam, Tuan Ba. Akan kaya dagi leng birakli bichin now, ladies and gentlemen, media friends, panamokshi kai kuna watchable when night and tagna. Apong kitang thamjage. Taseng na, ako'y vocal for local. This is a very good initiative program of the Honorable Prime Minister because ako'y lariba ako'y ngasi mai ako'y na ngasay ako'y slide show the mayam the entrepreneur mayam na utpi gibse ako'y the yam na filled away. We really feel proud because vocal for local and even the national aspiration through regional aspiration unless we are develop our culture, our tradition, all our food, cuisine, everything. See later national aspirations that pull up when integrate on the indigenous labor port mayama entrepreneur mayamna sabira kanda utpa duga equina Ladiba Potsing Chi, which I am a market low in a Maksairaga, equine use the Wahor Pajasima equigi, industrialization, Aduga, self reliance, Aduga, Ataman Nivhar, Manipurama, Semenumagi, Aquigi, track the light I have say, each out of them, I give Wakanda, I can send them high of the name, I'm the hiding it. Adanakoi, the Sengna, Koi start up, Karigitamakta, Koi, Honorable Prime Minister in 2015, Akui Ladiba, and the 13 August Numita, Mana announced the Wikivani. Adubu masi akoi lariba akoi tekadagori mayam khai state singi manungda akoi lariba kanogi akoi best perform states aduga top perform states aduga akoi lariba leader states aduga akoi lariba aspiring leaders state aduga akoi lariba tuan ba emerging state at the beginner ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯄꯤꯛꯄ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯕꯤꯒꯤꯅꯔꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯇꯤꯛ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯦꯗꯚꯥꯟꯁ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯉꯝꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯆꯦꯠꯄ ꯊꯥꯖꯕꯗꯨꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯆꯍꯤꯒꯤ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯔꯦꯡꯛ ꯑꯦꯟड ꯐꯥꯏꯜꯒꯤ ꯂꯩ ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯦ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯃꯛ ꯐꯣꯡꯉꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯑꯦꯖ ꯏꯟꯗꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯏꯟꯆꯥꯔꯖ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯁꯇꯔ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯗꯤꯄꯥꯔꯠꯃꯦꯟ ꯏꯟꯆꯥꯔꯖ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤꯕꯒ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯥꯔꯠꯑꯞꯀ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯤꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯏꯟꯗꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯗꯤꯄꯥꯔꯠꯃꯦꯟꯁꯤ ꯄꯣꯠꯇ ꯑꯜꯇꯤꯃꯦꯠꯂꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒ ꯂꯤꯡꯀꯞ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ industrial growth si akoina panga hajan ba natabida akoina leiriba akogi after formation of the new government led by the BJP government led by the city and Biren Singna masta ko industrial growth se duki matik lei haibase akoida I ako record ki matung ina fill tawi maramdi aham bada koi for example akogi kurau pupi natragana akoi leiriba industrial state sing si loina ma sadi sarame of course they have constructed all the structure adubu lariba mafam sida in place da loina mak leram da adu entrepreneur ambau laibang amam da se simak aduga haujikna full of the entrepreneurs aduga akhoi da industrial state ki lariba mafam khodimak ta tile park ta orga su akhoina mafam khodimak da akhoi da apply tor ko pose akhoina pibang amak ta ba that means aduga it shows the increase of the entrepreneurs and increase of the business kona punamak singje aduga nungaiba information amana akhoi gidi akhoi nation sida natraga akhoi state da thengnariba punamak sing state akhoi gidi unemployment problem ni aduga akhoi gi household economy aduga akhoi le employment in generation ni adubu through akhoi startup la iba port stand up tuan ba category da akhoi mayam ga saidagi akhoi mayam na ubine aduga startup aji akhoi karino na ina explain torbai sudar ka laitre because maramdi it has been started aduga laiba in the year 2015 dagi aduga akhoi na thamningba amanungai ba amana masigi makhas da under this akhoi startup initiative se da akhoi gi kano si akhoi gi mobile app si akhoi entrepreneurs to no 10 lakh mobile app entrepreneur startup se to no gi damakta akhoi gi leiba imat na akhoi tawre akhoi manipur da su tawde habadi nate masisu hena tawraga di akhoi digital india da manipur su akhoi gi yamna yang na chen amani adu sigi su khra akhoi yanganing bagi potuma ai mayam da entrepreneur mayam da thamjage aduga lona na akhoi pikpa aduga sigi leriba startup ki initiative makhada akhoi leriba mudra prime minister pradhan mantri mudra yojana habisu akoina hodokre sigi makhada gi su akhoi ngasai akhoi lengjen biri bai ngasai palambada kaurame bankers mayam ma yauri aduga bankers sing su akoina thaganingai ni adugi matik khoi mudra da su tongan ba piri macha habidi mudra da akhoi tongan ba category mayam leriba sigi manung da akhoi weaver sing gi aduga handicraft sing gi apikba macha mayam pibi su adugi namakta su akhoi appreciate tawi all the bankers aduga all the akhoi leriba link banks mayam singche aduga akoina thamningba akoina wafam di akoina ngasi akhoi leriba lebak asi karamba system da leri karamba film da leri adu india gi oina yang pa adu india ge par ki prime minister na karamba akhoi lebak pami new india ma pami new india se lakpa matam da akhoi lebak sei da akhoi leriba housing for all la iba adu sobhagya ge makhada free electric connection la iba adu environment gi yang kan da akhoi ujala yojana ge makhada led pipe sing chi ahom mamanda akhoi company sing sna pihela iba punamak sing si akhoi punamak anova india ma semna gi masak ngaktani adana manipur da su anova india ma sem matam anova manipur ma sem da ba yadaba pot ma lakpani na honorable chief minister na toan ba initiative mayam ma lokhala kanda akhoi ahom mayam porakre aduna akhoi leriba manipur da khwadagi nungai badi mayam punamak ningchang biram gani akhoi su dum matam du thengnagi madudi la sangna akhoi queue lepaga petrol lobagi poto adu akhoi hujik binatra diesel or petrol adu anything lobagi poto hujik tokhre adu akhoi mafam khudimakta akhoi na chatpa matam da akhoi da hesitation feeling leram do madu kokhre adu akhoi machine se amatta oina lakna bagi khongjan ama lakpa je si khwai ga achouba biggest achievement en ai thamjage aduga lona na entrepreneur haiba se akhoi gi di samna harakan da akhoi di lai gumbane haiba yai because manam di akhoi na government gi job amakak phangbada for example oina pijarabada akhoi gi magi imung manung machimana di hingi bi yai tabudabu magi na bring natra kanu di magi yang pangam da yai tabudabu entrepreneur ama once how ragadi entrepreneur duna magi imung manung su yang ma thau pi bangangani magi karo lekai ju pi bangangani magi karo lekai da natana atoppa atmosphere ama create to bangam nam gi pachak se duna bharat ki prime minister na toina haiba madudi karino da akhoi gi leriba the more entrepreneur we are encouraging we are creating the more unemployment problem is solved na haibase sima akhoi na ngasi manipur da yamna dugi matik aduga quality laina tawba ngasi mo packaging gi adu packaging ji hajara kan akhoi manipur da su all the entrepreneurs da ina pau pining basi karino hai matam da akhoi gi helum and da akhoi gi kano helum and textile da department na akhoi gi lari basi gi nodal kano department oi adu any kind of the training akhoi lari ba kano sigi packaging gi matang da because manam the packaging is the most important ni adan value addition kari kari lo am entrepreneurs ji lo khangbi raba ngak tani adu sigumba government gi through the training lor kande hena kana ba phangba yana bagi poto maram du layena aina thamjabani aduna akhoi da akhoi lari ba resources sing si all kind of resources gi sinar kanda human resource OBI, mineral resource OBI, any available resourcing scenery kind of state self-sufficient, self-reliance state ama semba je akhoi tangai phadana darkar leibo potune aina thamningi di aduna akhoi resource human resource akhoi de leire all kind of the mineral resources leire all the akhoi ngasi di indigenous food mayam puthoi har kanda akhoi Manipur da natana atopa foreign countries mayam de abroad ta akhoi ngasi adugi matik list mayam sangna lei mase gona thabang ong kibagi bangal ma lakpa je si Manipur da akhoi industrialization gi saruk se haure habagi pot ama I thamjage aduna akhoi nation haiba akhoi leriba economy gi oro amagi oro sidi industrialize oiba state ama industrialize oiba nation ama oidragadi akhoi na masi gi phagan magi pot ama oiba ngamoi dabni na masi miyam punamangna honaminaraga akhoi sarkar sina marwena honorable chief minister na initiative makada thousands of the entrepreneurs in during the 5 years that thongna hona bagi manung sta akhoi ngasi tongan ba criteria kaya da akhoi tongan ba akhoi subsidy gi portion adu loan gi portion pin na bagi thorang kya paikhala lai aduna akhoi na thamning badi akhoi entrepreneur ngata ba wi basing gi kari gi loan mai ama thai tawda ba akhoi da su pressure lairi ba magi norm si khangdana pangtha da thajanaraga akhoi startup ne harga chatpasi akhoi satkumchi haina akhoi thamningi aduga wibar oiro natraga system naina adu systematically akoni apply to wiba aduga niom chumne apply to kanda koin paisa do lobi rakandi magi leiriba business tu hingani adu wibar oro any entrepreneur singje maramde koin system ama leitragadi koin adopt to system kaina salagadi akoi for time being akoi paisa phangbi ai to do maju sustain to ngamoi aduna koin ngasi thire iba poti karigino ada business ama enterprising oiba thabak ama to matamda sustainably akoi thabak to hoba da tungda lakada posting the expansion gi fish scope yengbi ba aduga akoi gi leiriba mayam tawri si punamak akoi gi magi market leibagi matungna torpa ngaktani du market tu yengbira kanda tabu matamda akoi phaminani haibagi wakhalondu akoi da mayam da thamningi aduna wahi kharaji hajaraga akoi honorable deputy chief minister aduga chief minister su leibani na ai side ten jage punamak afaba Manipur ma semada punamak so afaba phama oiminasi aduga akoi leiriba sarkar thoido hendungna akoi kanna haibagi warna tabida ahong ba purakhiba mayam punamak singje mayam loi ubiramna akoi elaborately haidraga su khangminarbanina akoi lakadariba koi election da election ki matamina akoi de dum election ki kharadi dum rajniti political dol ama da yaurbanina and the BJP and other party who rule the state who rule the country si comparison to view ana haijaningi aduga akoi kana da vote pi kadage aduga kana karamba party da chalakanda kana Manipur ki change propang not only the Manipur the entire northern states aduga whose party is considering akoi northern states singje kana na hena chakhudaba daurige habasi muna khangminara kanda akoi learned ngaktani ngasi lengbirekli ba aduga phajane thodukne henduna khanba ngamanga akdani aduna Bharatiya Janata Party natana northern state kanna ba leite adu northern kanna bagi amatta ayaba upai aduga Manipur particularly Manipur chakhana bagi upai di BJP natana leite because BJP is working very differently and BJP is respected by everyone and is becoming the biggest largest political party in the entire world. And because of this democratic, because of the unity, because of the integrity, and because of the development in all the society. Adan Bharat ki Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji Sarvodaya, Antyodaya ki matang damana mantri mantra ma hogdo ibadudi sabka saath sabka vikas sabka vishwas and sabka prayas and hantak ama hapsang gibadu masi punamaki aina hajaning the effort adu mayam punamaki effort si yawi daragadi cooperation pb daragadi koi sarkar lairga su sarkar do phajana akoi gi cooperation lainana chalakanda da phaba Manipur am semangonggadabani na madugi mayam de cooperation ni na bagi ni jabagi wafam do phonuk chabani. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Mamalyamlaba wafam kaya thambirambagi Honorable Minister Shri T.H. Bishwajitbu thagachaba phongdokchari. Mathang asidi ngasigi thaurumapu ibiriba Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Shri Y. Joy Kumarbu thaurumapugi warol thambinabagidamak nolokchari.
Ngasigi Thauram Startup Conclave 2021 organized by Planning Department, Government of Manipur. Hairiba Thauram function asida Chief Guest ki Phamam Langda Lingsin Biriba Khoigi Manipugi Honorable Chief Minister Sri N. Biren Singh Loinana Works Minister Sri T.S. Biswajit Singh Aduga other ministerial colleagues Aduga Honorable MLA Mayam Aduga Loinana Honorable MP Raj Sabha Aduga senior officials of the government of Manipur Aduga Nasigi Startup Conclave Asidaida benefit Pangbigi Lapidiba Kwai Punmapu Ahambada Aigi Maketi Kok no Ikai Kumno Ucheri. Hairiba Startup Conclave 2021. Yamun Kaluragadi for a state like Manipur is a very, very important Oiba Adugumba function many Adugumba issue many and 8 times again. Koigi Nasai Kanogi welcome in the keynote address the Additional Chief Secretary Planning CDP Wi-Fi ISNA Haigivada Ain revival of the this will be can bring about the revival of the economy of Manipur and hiking. I would like to differ a bit from him. Revival Hai Tagedi, it presumes that the economy of Manipur was at a high level and it went down and it's a revival. Yam kupna yeng tagedi, I don't think that is true. Economy of Manipur has remained more or less static. See, Karmaitona startup, the Kamaitona Masi initiate to the Kamaitona, get up to the Kamaitona, Swison to the Targeti. We need economic activities at all levels. Munna Kaluragadi, Koinanga, Matamda, Manipugi, Yum Tong Gudingda, Moitap Naiba, Tanabi Mayamam Lemi. That was, in a way, a cottage industry. Adu Madude Torido, Yumamungi. Economic activities, Masam, Mayamduna, Kongalaga, Manipugi, Matamdugi, maybe you may call it, like economy Hagra, village economy Hagra, Adu Mamlemi, Adu over a period of time that has been lost, we can't see that those kind of activities. Aduga, it is my firm belief that if the economy of a state or of any area is to be developed or is to be better, then you need, what is required is not merely just words or merely this thing, that thing. It's not merely, only merely ideas. The actual requirement are the activities. And there was, in fact, I think earlier, even though the concept of startup was there, but this has not been given shape or this has not been given due consideration in the past. I think perhaps it's only with this government led by the BJP and the CDN Biren Singh that some thoughts was given, or rather I would say serious thought was given to the need of bringing about economic activities. And if we have to bring economic activities, what is required? Concept like startup. What is a startup? What we are trying to promote is a basically small entrepreneurship, which is small industries at the cottage level or at the domestic level, which can be further developed. And for that, this government has taken the right step. After the startup, it's not only startup. After the startup, the startup, it may not progress. It may not just vanish. It may just only, it may fall. See, this government has also taken the second step, that is stand up. Startup togtagedi madude amuk cannot on gaitagedi further progress. Real meaningful oiba adu matto gaitagedi. We need the further injection of what you call the financial or the other infrastructure, these things, inputs, and that has been provided by the stand-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen what is the change after this startup. We have seen today, we have observed this, we were shown this, turn your ideas into opportunity. There we have seen glimpses of the changes that has been brought about by the startup, this concept. Important things. There are a lot important things. Say, say, Kaunagi product mayamama, adegi sigi paper gi product mayamama, adu mayamama lady, ngasagi Kaunagi wheat ki kanu basi. It's a very attractive way. High basi develop togtagedi. It can develop into small scale industries, or if that can be further can develop togtagedi, it can go to the middle level, middle industry. So those are the things. These are the startup. The problem with our state has been we never had any industries, and these startup will lead to slowly industrialize the state. This is the, I think, this is a basic concept of the startup in the state of Manipur. And all those entrepreneurs who are present here, who have been given the startup support today, I would like to request them that don't stop by just merely receiving this, the benefits of this startup. Try to develop further. This is what you have got today. Next year or next to next year, try to develop your entrepreneurship into a small scale industry. That's the way the economy of the state will progress. And what we are facing today, let me tell you that as a finance minister, our financial position is not good. Everyone knows about it. But if we have to bring a change, we need to these things. We need to improve our economy. That can only be done, as I have said. The small activities taken together will build up a strong economy for the state of Manipur. And I would not, time is, it's already quite late. I would not like to take much time. Only thing is that, again, my request is that please consider that you people, those who have received, you are very lucky people. In our time when we were at your age, we never got any such sort of incentive or any sort of this guideline. You have been given by the government, and that also very encouraging manner. And it's not going to stop here. This is going to be a continuing process. Please take advantage of it and build up the economy of Manipur. With this, what I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Shri Y. Joy Kumar Bu Thoram Mapugi Warol Thambirambagidamag Thagachaba Phongdokchari. Ngasigi nungairaba thoram Manipur Startup Conclave 2021 gi Khudong Chaba Silaujaraga State Level Nodal Agency for Watershed Management Manipurna North Eastern Council gi Mateng Yauraga Phongjaba Lairik Gap Funding for Watershed and Spring Shed Management for Watershed Villages in Manipur Haina Mingtholiba Lairik Asibu Phongbagi Tanjadu Laujage. May we invite on stage Shri P. Vaifai, IAS Additional Chief Secretary, Planning Department, to facilitate the book release. May we also request the Honorable Chief Minister to kindly release the book. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to everyone the book titled Gap Funding for Watershed and Spring Shed Management for Watershed Villages in Manipur. Thank you all for the graceful book release. May we now invite our chief guest, the Honorable Chief Minister, to address the gathering.
Election video mayam punamak kai khumno butchari Startup Conclave 2021 Sigi rise election biriba ayama Shri Wajoi Kumar Singh Deputy Chief Minister of Manipur aduga Shri Biswajit Honorable Minister na thaba amagi satkre aduga ining thau lesia masana job Honorable MP Rajya Sabha aduga Shri Bungjangkal Balte Minister TD in the Hills Shri Olukhoi Minister Agriculture Shri Saitaberta Minister Cavan PD Law Shri K. Ravindra Honorable Deputy Speaker Shri Rameshwar Deputy Chairman State Planning Board Shri Y. Irabot Yamba Honorable MLA Wangkai Shri S. Ranjan Singh Advisor to CM Health Honorable MLA Shri Haupu Chairman MTDC Shri T. Ravindra Chairman PDA Chief Secretary DGP Additional CS Commissioners aduga Planning Department gi maruina official things aduga loan phangiriba beneficiary things bank ki officials aduga government gi official mayam punamak aduga media gi friends ai kai khumna buchari amadi matam ai sangna logjiroge ai khoi hujik phawbuda startup si haurak padagi around 17 ningsem girangani startup si kramaina horakibano haibasi 2015 da dugumba Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji na Bharat pumbagi oina haiba posi entrepreneurs sing amadi rural economy aduga self reliant gi thabak da kana gani haidna hodokibani adu laibak thibadi khogi state sida masi leiramde ekoi government March 2017 gi March ki tarik tara manga da wasaga torpani adudagi koni han han badai khoina koi gi wakhal da Manipur da leiriba thabak phangdi hariba narol sing aduga makhut masa haiba leiriba mayam se kramaina torkan da state sigi economy si masana masabu su thabak pijaba masabu su hinganba aduga khoi kamai togdana state sigi economy phagat kadagi haiba dagi hogdokibani han bagi hogdokpada isamak ningsing biramgani mayam media da su ugibani ai si minister mo ina interview yawi entrepreneurship applied or pushing madugi dai interview yaur kanda ukhul dagi Sochanpur dagi Senapati dagi koi interview yaur kanda selection tor kanda yamna tawa yauna hona jagi bhai tar adugi outcome ngasidi mahayale koi ngasai utkhiba singdu ngak angat panini koi gi Manipur masa singi talent moigi hard working moigi skill ubi gi buduni siegi khaw saba kauna gi saba even outside the country export oriba makal makha mayam khara khatani ulido suguma mayam si akhoi na khangbadagi masi akhoi makhoi gi mafam pidab yaroi haidune koi government na khanarga lakhot ki step ne hujik phawbada 17 dagi 17 gi angan led part tagi torok paduna shortlisted tawri koi 5995 beneficiaries punna simanung da benefit hangra basi 5477 si startup tanga tani ko startup tak khatani ko si startup sinataba many koi mudra gi adagi koi gi Manipur State Cooperative Bank dagi ICI dagi State Bank dagi loan makhan makha gi shop launching fishery gi agriculture gi mayam amasu piri bane I'm talking about only from the startup schemes I know haijeris aduna total cost ekoina sanction tawgre subsidy yauna hoji phawda 114 crores ekoi kanogi dam startup ki sigida masigida gam like idea revenue adi ngasai hai kiba stand up many things yam like madai da aduga subsidy da hoji phawda piri is 76 crore subsidy da mayam da koina state sida thada gri pi gris aduga hoji phawda 76 ki manung da actual release koi 56 crore release tawkhre masidai da koi bank sing da bank gi fencing you are working well you are helping lots in support of these entrepreneurs but I want to make an appeal to you all of you to have a little speedy in assessment and in providing loans. Grant money will be from the state government, but loan has to be provided from the bank. Aduna I banki respected friends in the whatever the success we met, we can achieve today is because of your help and your support. Even then, I would like to request once again, taking the advantage of today's conclave, to speed up more so that the more beneficiaries can be benefited. Border target drakar lai bank sing yoiba ado already now the economic condition of the state is improving. Not only through this startup also, you are providing many varieties of loans you are providing, I know. Even then, we have to focus mainly on this startup because many people doesn't have the capitals. So, when we provide along with the grants, the beneficiaries get the opportunity to have some relax in the financial situation. Adugi potumai mayam da bank ki silinaw singda appeal tawning bani ngasi ki piriba 4500 akogi idea stage masi ngasi piriba lakh amashi initial ni 30,000 subsidy ni masi ki moigi thabuk tu ki matungina it can be increased up to 3 lakhs up to 5 lakhs hojiki tawriba posida koina economy package wena pandemic na waraba mayam koigina vendors women vendors singda ima singda wana phamjaba sahi amani dukan phamanga maktaba adi auto thorga chajaba singda ngamaktaba bhan thorga school bhan thorga hobasing ngamaktaba mayam du so koi makal makha ki package speak re 10,000 akoi identify thorga the shishu entrepreneur sing tawriba pamiba honoriba ideas stage ki kangbu singdu da lakh ahum to 5 one ngasi piribashi 30,000 subsidy ni adu si manung moi gi activities ki matungina paisa handcut laga moi gi account direct transfer to godabani sima aduna ideas stage gi danga si mio nimfu ni masidai da lupa 1.2 crores ni ekoi ngasi tawri base aduga revenue stage CD 72 ne koine khalise si 1 crore gi se adu masi huji mak further kri examination the bank moiga and beneficiaries ko tied up drakar lai beduna maram oir kanda hojiki revenue stage kisi result declare tore adigi bank ki process tor kanda moigi amount moigi account direct transfer tawgada bane the stand up Manipur da ano bani koi 46 beneficiaries ne koi khalise adu masishu hojiki the minus sam bank result declaration tore the bank tied up tor kanda moi moigi bank account single loina paisa chalani ngasidi sidai dai khoina haiba mayam se loina kauraga tawbangam da bani na koi sidai da tawbani aduga aina aikoigi state chida startup karigi hogi bano aduga banki mayam ama aikoina yam toina kaurukanda gi mayam gi numit aduga hill leaders de da banki sil now si mayam si invite kaurukanda aikoina lakhiba meeting da aikoina mamagi skilled mamagi talent mama na pami business tu gi matung ine koina paisa mateng pangakpa madumangna matam maram oirakanda Manipur da hujik irang unrest handaraise mamagi yumda loina thabok ingkang sunaraga macha macha mamam do ji phangna bana masinga makre ngasai obiri duni khoi rani fi ga tawri baduna mi lisingi mathak da ma thabok pijari nupimsa do adhi ngasai sidai da amma logib da mi chahum gi mathak sumaina loina engagement si mafam maya kaya amada free lehendre aduna aina ngasigi kudong chaba si lorga ina appeal tawning basi singi selinau sing aduga maitai pangal gi area sigi scheme sing sidai da benefit low bakar wale aduna ina appeal tawning basi khara sigi benefit sidai da bank ta startup ta hojik so startup koi hanga galai numit akoi gi startup ki na hawai gi tarik adu phaugi manung da application pisan gada bani adu ka tarik adu da last day ni ga abdu laitre koi daily online da fill up tawba yai any da tawba yai aduna maitai fangal singi lairi basing economy fagaranche singi lairi basing now sing please do involve youth sing maroina aduga khoi sigi lambi sida sanga kana khoi fatta lambi sing khoi thado pungam gani aduna matam punamakta state government khoi mayam gi mateng pangnana ba angam bathak ta khoi honarga ready ra lai singi lamda forest ki makhada paikhat par trifight self help group listing ahum gi matak to sem khare koi aduna nearly 35 to 40,000 tribal women mo employed to use employed to buduna the production mayam the fajagar production mayam se hai mahi gi kari gi sing gi matan makal maten mapan da thado pa hore koi out de pune da kari da sema ka ne yon ba hore sumaina jointly koi support tor kanda mateng panar kanda marketing gi kari gi tor kanda koi sokhot pa nungai bai do oidori bani aduna singi ichil now sing si startup ki khudong saw lobiyo website ta sangbi daga application adum thaba yagani aduga maitai pangal singi leiriba ichilnaw sing aduga maitai singi su rural area da leiriba ichilnaw sing involved to yobu ngarang mak aiga handak se continuously clubs mayam gi numisu covid chini ya gidrabani na unagidre adagi hill leader de su unagidramina ai scheme ani khak hangtokpani cm da high c eba ma call toro ga hairakpa ma madu huji phawba ngarang phawda around 3000 call gi me adalai grievances adu na taba mai khoi kainogi youth club sing civil organizations sing se kaura ga interact on bani unna bani fauna bani madu da soi message pije gi bani yaring kai khoi isa na senthok laina na ba isa gi hingna na ba पोची इसा इसा होने नसी गवर्नमेंट की व्हाइट कलर जॉब को तक कोई गायब मतलब नते है दना अदमाई तब गने याम कने इंटरेक्ट तौनरगा तौनरी अमा खंगना खुदोंग साब लोबियो कोई की go to village 2.0 go to village hana koine yam tawramba salamba yamna home doorstep delivery tawramba mayam beneficiary mayam gi all age ki hairo health card ke hairo agriculture ki hairo adagi pencil ki hairo anything se koina ada tawramba sing do aikoi laiba november gi tarik 1 dagi aikoi go to hills 2.0 koi horgani masi hanta ki lakador go to village 2.0 di akoi kano ke along with koi ki kano se akoi ki help for old chief minister ki help for all na akoi na hogdoiba adugi scheme do aduga punna akoi hogre already kano help for old khungang humpu ga mari da train tawraba nurses doctors asagi moi tawrkanda hoji yum sanga kanda health checkup hograbani 64 villages aduna maduna aikoina hoji go to village 2 si lakpa kanda loina hairiba jaga jaga si madugi facility do khoi available hoina na ba ai horen chu khoi chief secretary ne akoi commissioner official mayam khoi meeting lai aduna madu yaninge khoi tawner maram the health is well haise haksang phatragadi akoi kadawni akoi hingbada haksang phaktana lei basi nungai te haksang si matam sana yang horagadi sugar si kitang henkalakpada ngasi khangoragadi diabetes tadring aida check to hobo ya akoi gi di narakanda da check dong bine akoi gi culture habits hek na drewa phamung da na hedriba akoi check to de test to de aduna sigi scheme si in the larger interest of the people of the state koi kumna khanar kan dai khoina launch so bani sigi khudong chawa sima praja khudimona lobiyo aduga khoi gi go to village 2 gi masidai dai khoi wal hoba hana wal hoba mai than ma gi wal hoba always pencil gi wal hoba adagi even ngasi gi da lakpangam daba even akhoi gi ka asina room sina pikpani na loina 4500 kamai kauni haiba akhoi gi masigi beneficiary singsi masi so khoi go to village at matam da jaga jaga du da check loina gen thokna bugi adugi khudong sabadu please rajesh cs ne aduga addition cs noi torkanda whenever we go for the go to village you should go along with the check of the beneficiaries so that we can deliver at the spot madam the go to village ki asema meaning the doorstep delivery hebni aduna madu do mai tahun janingi aduna ngasi khoina laukthoi ba ngasi gisi 4660 startup ne khoina ngasi khallaga selector ga pesa biga dorise aduga total akhoi keno sidai da 2017 18 da gi akhoi tor posidai da hana khoi 970 startup city so so busing do 1 crore gi adagi 60 lakhs ki 30 lakhs ki tawre aduna khoina hoji startup ta khoina khaido ga thamjari ji revenue stage idea stage adagi entrepreneur support scheme na hana tawraga leiraba madu mayam do khoina support to hoji khoi kanogi planning department ne aduga industry department ne bank state bank of india ne khoi tawra kan da hoji msme micro small medium entrepreneurship sigi koi survey toba ama one by one chala kanda moigi grievances problem kari kari products haure kari marketing the soibra financial drakar lebra haibna singbu jo koi around 13000 msme manipur delay madugi koi survey toba id hauramane na khale koi already we have decided state bank ne industry ne planning department ne maduma aduna koi stand up manipur se koi 1920 da koi hapane stand up sida maru ina koi na mastai da koi na priority piri se scheduled caste ne scheduled tribe ne obc ne women's ne aduga minority aduga mastai da differently able groups koi include toki bani hana startup launch 2017 18 da tawro matung da 1920 da koina stand up se stand up Manipur je hapke bani masigi stand up Manipur is da koina prioritize tawjari si scheduled caste scheduled tribe women minority aduga differently able communities sing aduna koi handa kisdai da koi subcategory ma ideas the asana koina ma hapakanda covid pandemic ki na sohalaba small business tawjaba masa masa se ngasi maki koina piri bse adumai torga koi tawjabani aduna koi yam nungai ba ngarang na hanai ibemang asi aina pijagi ba koi thambal thambal dagi koi keno sungbasi thambal makhok dagi phi sungaga tawriba ma lang sungaga tawriba mayam se yamna nungai ba even the honorable prime minister Narendra Modi ji na yamna appreciate tawna khodna tawba aduna han sai kauraga aina sumangonda palak amara kaura ai harau mandana pibani adu nang startup thabra ka thagi hai adu di tharadi noigumbani ne khoina pi debi ngai ri sen adu ngasi thank you ai planning department ngasi ma busu selection da yorme madugi dam tai planning department ki kano singai thagali kano Bijaya Santi innovative kano dagi Bishnupur smiling street to aduna koi adagi ngasi ki kano sabagi ten sabagi do koi archery ki training ki train se masi ai hana khangam de kanano mana ingon da governor ki da utki budagi khangak pane adugi magi ten hojin phi masa gi da magi sa ada mapanda training pina na ba archery ki maman sidi mas paisa yam maman yame ba adu madu leibu ngam da bising dugi train tawna ba na phane am ma thado ngone na khali adu ma sunga si startup ki sta yauraga mangon da sumateng kitang phanglamba kaino se khoi yamna nungai haiba tare aduna khoi atai details ai chala roige startup ki di ujaina once again aina mayam da haijabada please take the opportunity ya marwaina economically sotharaga sothara khoi kaim tawgrabani na taruganda fattaba line da sananaba or chatliba sing haitare fattaba line da di drug puthok pusinda karida chatliba hingnabagi lambi ni hairaga leiriba singse moida khoi sugumba startup ki or support scheme ki sugumba se moida khoi priority pi je ba government ki sulai moi fattaba thabak tu dagi thadornaba hingnabagi lambi ama leiradi moi drug puthok pusin tawrido togle edana aduna madugumba singdu yaragadi akhoi leiriba lekai ki club aduga civil society leaders social leaders mayamna su hairiba adugumba ki family singdu leiragadi startup tani khangde bank tani khangde karini khangde financial assistance pi halaga hairiba fattaba lambi du dagi thado hanna ba ai masima appeal tokjari yahon binana ba haibetare aduga amana Manipur mangda chalabani akhoi peaceful coexistence last 4.5 years we are maintaining harmoniously without having difference between tribal or Meiteis or Adu Adagi Kanabalite we are living together, we are marching together, development Singamarita Manimakta tremendously Kanna honori Sing the Garang I finance ki Kangulaga in the Brip Tromi last 3-4 years the Queen Hadari is 45% of the total budget of the state government. Mashi 45% ni maya da koi sing the invest sauri adu white paper thola ani kan honori adu na ina mayam da appeal tawning basi negative mindset lokthopio negative mindset chi na mang tharaga thabuk tobigano negative mindset lokthopio do yamna positive oiba ai khoi se Bharat Bashi Bharat Masani Apun Bharat Sige Amatangarba we are proud Indian aduga we are proud Manipuris have a Sigi Wakans the Wak Dominasi we are one aduna Huji Quingi Gomena Matamila Kuchari schemes in Hangai Lambi Hong Karikari Pataba Kotaway Ure Kara Adu Eko Shoidana Hujik no Cinnamon Morakanda Yamba Koi Port Hole Kangi Kari Kangi Man by Adan Labani and the Hayang Ekoigi PWD department sing da koi kanna lambi Manipur le main road mayam da phataba khotaba leiba sing ayam loina video graphic picture ai yang ba pami haiba da hayeng evening ai koi chief secretary kari gi mayam yaw na koi meeting ma tawuni adu matung dai da mayam gi maru oi ba sanari ba lambi thong sing port hole leiba phataba sing at random ngami kai koi sangwa saga na torokani jiri gi ngarang footage ma lai kano da koi gi repairing kana tawri nong na soksan ba mayam do adai da moi kang dana koila sajal lamba gi port khara lai adu khudak tai NHDCL gi moi gi authority do dai video do thar gai khudak to madu kano do contractor do ma son gano local contractor ne son gano noi atopa company gi mina torga su adu ma quality yaw do thaba in compromise tawro ena torga ngarang mak adu gi contractor do moi sol lamaroi atopa contractor da piram gani sumaina isingi akoi gar jal honorable prime minister gi adu gumba gar jal gi do khoi husik second phase gi tender ai allocation gare rural area gi aduna husik phak budai khoi aina su repeatedly haijabani 53% adu gumba yore aduna husik rural gi sima NDB gi funding gi makada tawgudani masima loi grabani na khoi husik tender ke ge loi grabani na rural gi su before election at least aina haijaki ba khoi 80% gumba drinking water ko provide to bong amna ba koi kanna honori aduga education gi si koi hujik oirei ba phibam sin han ai angang sing mayam ama Chorsanpur da pediatric sing the effect torpa covid ki do koi team tharga koi expert tharga yenghalle madudai da thoidokpa hujik phawda asi ana laibak phadana yobidre adu almost control to bong ambagi stage da leire adubu ekhoi gi huji pura control mak tawba leitre na angang sing sida da kari guma school da kari da pakna giba lakna giba toroga di hena danger roi ga na khoi kan observe tawri aduna school college su khoi hangna na bagi do khoi review meeting khoi kan government gi level da khoi cabinet minister singi honorable MLA singa pun khoi khana jari adna high posting do khoi fill up tawna na honari aduna ai lo sinjar pada ai government gi officials sing aduga bank ki friends sing ayam thagale because of you just we are achieving lots of the in supporting the entrepreneurs in the state aduga state si self reliant to enena hona bada khoi dream ma khoina leibudo almost ai ngamne na khali ai khoina su infrastructure we are constructing many cold storage food processings in the Nilkuti food park, and we are also going to develop the food park at Thobal area. Hana koi sanction leire. On high upon my am sit over kana koi jointly. I koi singi natraga tamgi have a difference like that. Everywhere koi masigi momentum si ama sagan minasi have a simai tamning aduna ngasigi yamna nungaiba Manipur gi naharol singda yamna anoba inot piba tawning ngamba thabak kaya tawba ngamba gi nungai ba ngasai utkibado ai madu tawba phange khoi masi nungai re gaina financially khatana tana ecological su yamna mateng pangba environment plastic nei khoi da manghali ba piri ba asok pa mayam do ngasagi sie gi khawdu puthorok podagi kauna gi khawdu puthorok podagi khoi da adiki matik relief to hol not only economically, environmentally also they are supporting us. Aduna sugum bapon mayam se koi encourage to minasi hai bisi thamjarga Manipur ki praja punamukta once again sarkar na matam gi puthok chariba scheme lokthok chariba pot punamasi praja gi damukta ni aduna masi enjoy to biyo masi yobiyo lobiyo government gi thabang akta white color jong akta thabok ne hana ngai rega leibodo tobigano adu sarukti aina na han haijabado job seeker gi mawkta de khoi job creator oisi adu gi damukta madu gi avenue khoi government na matam punamukta hanga ga lei support togani na haijabado ono wafam kharje thamjar gai once again I thanks all of you mainly planning department government officials bank ki staff sing aduga atai beneficiaries mayam su Pangiba, Pasapik Pachawagi wanate. aina pame ba khar do phang kan da dum wang khat pani hata hona bu kallaba sincere bo era ba mangoloi mai pak pani aina matam du da aigi khabar ama khak tawge na tawba matam da loan ta na ba da ba lupa lising ni fu fakri loan phang na ba ta na ba da machine nam lai na hona ba dai loan phang bang ngam gi de ba sahi muk chen ba da bank si amadam sali adu poro ada poro adu poro madu ge gi tawr kan dai bank da gi loan phang bang ngam da na aigi wana lai ja ba low sangam hum yo la khabar to gi na kaino machine lai gi na wari tok ja ba do aduna hujikti madu gi awa ba do aina theng na khamina aina mayam da di 100 bane aina thena rakre ba wa ba lai bani na mayam da dai 100 bane ba duna ai bank ki kam ku dai request to wi adai planning kam ku da request to bank ta na ba si am wa bani ko noi ease of doing business aduna ai sep secretary da as single window hang tu madu beneficiary da wahan gum se na ba aduna wahi khase thamjar gai mayam ba mon na mayam da mangol pijari thank you jai hind.
We deeply thank the Honorable Chief Minister, Shri N. Biren Singh, for the wonderful speech. As we now come towards the end of the program, may we invite Madam N. Kulkarni Devi, Director, Manipur Planning Department, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon. Diliba Mayambu Nodugna Ikai Khumjaba Ucheri. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to propose vote of thanks to all the dignitaries, invitees, and startups who are all present over here, gracing the function of Manipur Startup Conclave 2021. I, on the behalf of the Planning Department, express my sincere thanks to Honorable Chief Minister of Manipur, Shri N. Biren Singh, for gracing the function as Chief Guest. Sir, your vision and valuable ideas shared today and advice will be incorporated in implementation of the startup scheme forward in Manipur. We are thankful to you for showing your trust and confidence to the Planning Department in implementation of this scheme, sir. We are indeed grateful to Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Manipur, Sri Yumnam Joy Kumar Singh, for presiding the function. Sir, your encouragement and advice today are well noted. Thank you, sir. We are also thankful to all cabinet ministers, honorable MPs, honorable MLAs, and elected representatives for your kind presence and gracing the function. We are also grateful to Chief Secretary, Government of Manipur, all administrative secretaries, my own additional Chief Secretary Planning, Sir Baifei, all heads of departments, official, and particularly bank officials for attending the function. Thanks to the media team for converting the whole function, helping us to disseminate information. I also thank all the officials and staff of planning, as well as consultants, Sir Jagat Hogdam, and the panelists who have really extended support in selection of the startup beneficiaries. Out of almost 1,000 candidates, sir, we had to sit nearly 3 months long days to interview all these 10,000. To all the officials from the IT, from the industry, from the science and technology, from the commerce and industries, textiles, and all the entrepreneurs like Madam Subra, who is here also, and Madam Ranjana. I would like to point out a little name, Madam Simti, Sir Ram Chacha, who has all been sparing their time in selection of this starter, because of which we have been able to conduct this program today. And also thank all the officer planning staff, as I have already mentioned, and SLNA staff also, who has extended support in making this program successful. We congratulate all the selected startup and wish them success in their business and enterprises in their future endeavor. Thank you.
We thank Madam N. Kulkarni, Director Planning, for the vote of thanks. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the Manipur Startup Conclave 2021 organized by the Department of Planning, Government of Manipur. We once again thank all our dignitaries, officials, invitees, and everyone gathered here for participating and making it a grand success. Now, with the permission of the Chair, I declare the program closed. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, lunch for everyone is served outside the hall in the first floor lobby. Also, our dignitaries are invited to join us for a simple lunch in the lobby on your left side of the hall. Thank you. No worries, sir.
See you the water.